Hello! Today I'm going to show you some great things to experience in Athens that won't cost you a thing. Let me introduce myself. My name is Chrysoula and I'm a local here in Athens. So, here are my top picks for the best free things to see in the city. Number 1. The changing of the guards at Syntagma Square. One of the most popular free things to do in Athens is to watch the changing of the guards. It's also the easiest to find. It happens in front of the Parliament building, which is in the very center of the city. This is where the tomb of the unknown soldier is. The guards, in ceremonial uniforms, are called evzones. The uniforms feature a kilt-like garment called the fustanella, whose 400 pleats represent the years of Ottoman occupation. The shoes are called tsarouchi. They have metal studs on the bottom. The guards strike them on the pavement loudly so that the ancestors can hear that we are free and alive. You can watch the change of the guards every hour on the hour. If you are in Athens on a Sunday, a very big ceremony happens at 11 o'clock in the morning. Number 2. National Gardens and Zapion Hall. The impressive National Gardens are directly next to Syntagma Square. The Syntagma, today's Parliament building, was originally the royal palace, as Greece used to be a monarchy. And what today is a national garden was the royal garden, planned by Greece's first queen Amalia. The garden is filled with shady paths and hidden gazebos. It's also a nice place just to cool off under a tree on a hot summer day. In the National Garden, you will find the Zapion, a really impressive neoclassical building. You will notice it's near the Kallimarmaro, the stadium that was reconstructed for the first modern Olympic Games, which took place in 1896. The Zapion was also built for the celebration of the Olympic Games. It takes its name from Evangelos Zappas, a businessman and philanthropist who was one of the modern Olympics' major founders. Today, it's used for conferences, exhibitions, and special events. Number 3. Anafiotika. On the slopes, right below the Acropolis, is one of Athens' most charming neighborhoods, the Anafiotika. First, when you look around you, it's hard to remember that you are actually in the middle of a big city. The beautiful lanes winding up the hillside are mostly too narrow for cars, and the traditional small houses have an enchanting character, with little gardens and lots of cats. The Anafiotika actually looks like a Cycladic island. That's because, in a way, it is. The houses were built by people from the island of Anafi, who came to work as builders, constructing the large apartment buildings that were going up all over Athens. For themselves, though, the builders of Anafi built houses that looked just like the ones they had back home. Number 4. Street art. Athens has always had a strong cultural scene. But that's only part of the reason that Athens has such interesting street art. The real reason is perhaps actually as old as classical Athens itself. Athens was the first democracy in the world, and this means that its citizens are active and engaged. They debate, they argue, and they often disagree. In addition, Athens has a history of leftist ideology and activism, especially among university students. The combination of activism and creativity means that Athens has become one of the world's centers for street art. One of the best neighborhoods to see street art is Exarchia. Another is Gazi and Psyri. And also, not surprisingly, the areas around the Athens Polytechnic University and of course around the School of Fine Arts are both great places to see street art. Number 5. Sunset from Lycabettus Hill. Lycabettus Hill, at 277 meters, is the highest point in central Athens. You can see it from almost everywhere. This is a perfect place to get 360-degree views of the city, including the Acropolis. Beyond the Acropolis, the views stretch to the southwest all the way to the port of Piraeus and the Saronic Gulf. In fact, you can even see the island of Aegina from here. Lycabettus is a great place to visit at any time of day, but of course, sunsets are magical up here. There are 2 trails to reach the top, and as you hike at first, you are walking up through shady paths in a wooded area full of native Attic plants. Just like Anafiotika, it's hard to remember that you are right in the middle of a big city. The hike up to the top of Mount Lycabettus isn't too difficult. It may take you about 20 minutes from the streets surrounding the mountain, but definitely make sure to have enough water with you. The last part of the hike is mostly stairs, and the views are amazing from here too. As you reach the top, finally, you will come to a restaurant and a snack bar. Then there is another set of stairs leading to the Church of St. George. That's the highest point. If you arrive a little before sunset, you will see soldiers coming up to take down the Greek flag for the night. Watching the sunset from Mount Lycabettus is one of the most beautiful experiences you can have in Athens, and a local favorite. Number 6. Philopappou Hill, for great views of the Acropolis. Yet another urban hike is our next peak. Philopappou Hill is in the heart of the historic district of Athens, surrounded by the neighborhoods of Koukaki and Monastiraki, the Acropolis Museum and the Ancient Agora, and most importantly, the Acropolis. This is the best place to get a great view of the Parthenon. While you're here, make sure to see the Philopappou monument itself. It's a 2-story marble tomb from the 2nd century AD. After enjoying the great views of the Acropolis from Philopappou Hill, you can stroll along the paths to the Pnyx. This opening of rock high on the hill served as an ideal natural gathering place, perfect for assemblies and for hearing speakers. You can still see the curved stairs that lead to the speaker's platform. This is where the democracy of ancient Athens was born. Number 7. The Athenian Trilogy. After Athens became the capital of a newly independent modern Greece, in the 19th century, King Otto instituted a program of building to transform what was recently a village into an impressive European capital city. Neoclassical architecture projected the identity of the new nation, tying it to the ancient Greece and also to the tradition of neoclassical architecture in Europe. Some of the most photographed buildings are those of the Athenian Trilogy. The National Library is on the left, the Academy of Athens is on the right, and in the middle is the National Kapodistrian University. Number 8. Historical churches. It's easy to think of Athens as a modern city with lots of ancient archaeological sites. But the history of Athens has lots more to offer. The city was part of the Byzantine Empire for centuries, and there are some fantastic historic churches to see. One of the most interesting ones in central Athens is the Kapnikarea. Since it's from the 11th century, it's also one of the Athens' oldest. Another beautiful church to see in the center is the Metropolitan Cathedral of Athens. This impressive 3-aisled basilica is much more recent. The cornerstone was laid by Greece's first king Otto in 1842. The church itself was built by Theophil Hansen, a Danish architect whose neoclassical buildings are among Athens' most important landmarks. Wherever you go in Athens, you will find a church. There are always beautiful religious icons, and very often the interior will be painted with elaborate biblical scenes, depictions of saints, and other sacred images. Sometimes there are even spectacular mosaics. You're always welcome to enter, just make sure you're modestly dressed. Number 9. Antiquities at Athens metro stations. In a city with millennia of history, there are still antiquities hidden under the streets of Athens. Every now and then, amazing things are found accidentally while workers are digging beneath the modern city streets. This is why it took so long to build the metro lines. Everywhere they dug, they found so many things. Happily for us, they incorporated them into the new metro stations. At Eleonas, there are segments of an ancient bridge, and at Egaleo, they uncovered part of the Eraodos, the sacred way. Meanwhile, at Evangelismos, part of an ancient pottery workshop, a cemetery, and a water supply system can be seen, while perfume vessels, amphorae, and clay lamps are in the display cases at the Panepistimiou station. The Syntagma metro station is like a small free museum. Here you will see parts of a sculpture foundry from the classical era, a much older cemetery from the sub-Mycenaean era, and even a Roman bath. There are also beautiful floor mosaics displayed in a glass case. Number 10. Hadrian's Arch. Most of the many antiquities that you can see for free in Athens, you see from a distance. But Hadrian's Arch is a prominent landmark that's directly on one of the busiest streets of central Athens, Amalia Avenue. You can walk right up to it. This magnificent arch, which dates from the 2nd century AD, is actually double high. The bottom is a traditional arch, while on top of that there is a Corinthian colonnade with a portico. Just on the other side of Hadrian's Arch, you can see the temple of Olympian Zeus. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more useful videos on how to plan your trip to Greece.